leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out that more. Saying that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much. World combat sports. Talking way too much. World combat sports. Talking way too much. World combat
Yo, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know. Stick 'em boys, fishing sports first in the building. Salute to you, bro. I see you. NYT on deck. What's good, man? Big shout out to those who are on their way to check out the live stream. I just thought I'd come in here and talk about something that is very familiar to some people. But salute to the supporters. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the supporters who rock out with WCS and tune in every time that I'm LIVE. Let's talk about Jerron Ennis, man, because I'm not going to beat around the bush, right? Because I know the hottest chat in the MFN game understand where I'm coming from. For real. They know I'm not just singling Jerron Ennis out like some people do Crawford. I'm not doing that. It's just when you look at the paperwork, I mean, all the way up to him taking on Ramon Villa off Rashidi Ellis win. Tailor-made. When I say tailor-made, I'm my custom-made opponent. I mean, from every seam in that paperwork when he fought Ramon Villa. Every seam, every thread, every stitch was tailor-made for Boots Ennis. And then it got so bad to the point where, okay, he signs with Eddie, right? He signs with Matchroom. They put it out there. Oh, we're going to get the biggest fights, yeah? We're going to get the biggest fights for Jerron Ennis. And then comes Karen. You know, Karen somehow finesses, finagle, inserts himself into the mandatory position. And he becomes a part of Jerron Ennis's life, y'all. His boxing life. He becomes a part of Jerron Ennis's relevance. In the bad way. When Jerron Ennis initially fought Karen Chukazagan on Tank's UC as the co-feature, it was a bad showing for him. And also, Karen didn't make it no better. Karen ran all around the ring. He was moving, not doing too much. It looked bad. It looked bad to the point where that did nothing for Ennis's freaking stock. It did nothing for his declining FICO. We're talking about a fighting Jerron Ennis who is 34-0 at the moment with 30 knockouts, y'all. You look out of the last couple of fights. Who do you grade his highest competition? How do you grade his top tier names on his resume? So after Ramon Villa, he steps in there with David Avanesian, a fighter who had been flatlined by one and only Green Machine, Igis Kavalauskas, and the best pound for pound fighter, September 13th on the rise and three-time undisputed, Terrence Bud Crawford. Now it comes over to, both of those fighters, right? Both of those fighters definitively, when it came down to getting it done, Igis Kavalauskas earned the TKO and Crawford earned the KO. But Jaron Ennis earned the RTD because the doctor had to come over and step in and make sure that this fight doesn't go into the 6th round, because it wouldn't have looked good heading into the 6th round. They had to build up a fight somewhere up the line, right? They had to build up some hype somewhere up the line to keep the the phenom tag relevant. So David Avanesian going into the 6th round wouldn't have been a good look. I'm not saying it wouldn't have been a good look as far as him facing Avanesian for a rematch. No, it wasn't a good look with them trying to fight and be in the same conversation as Terrence Bud Crawford. Because you know how when Crawford had he fought Kell Brook and Sean Porter, they were trying to wager. They were trying to levy the performance value on Terrence Bud Crawford comparable to Spence. So he moved up to fight Karen Chukaskin for the first time. He won a UD, right? He won a UD. We already know at the end of the day, the Korean fight really didn't hold too much weight. At the end of the day, the reason why the Korean Chukaskin fight didn't hold weight at the end of the day, because we really didn't know who this guy was when he first fought Jaron Ennis on Tank UC. People just looking for boots to go in there and freaking mollywop this dude. But yeah, he ended up going the distance. But he's 34-0 with 30 knockouts right now, right? So Chukaskin, he goes the distance or whatever. Fighter Ramon Villa, David Avanesian goes back to who? Karen once again. But I want you to pay attention to how I think the bubble effect is going to be Jaron Ennis's demise. It's only so much that you can do within the boxing footprint of your hometown. I remember there was Ennis fans that were saying, what has Brian Norman did in his backyard, right? Now, it's a case to be made that it's good to fight in your backyard. But when the capacity of your backyard is limited, when you're trying to grow a brand outside and expand globally, you need to breach that perimeter of Philly and go outside the bubble and let people know who you are. But I got a question to the scholars in the chat. Why isn't anyone explaining this to him? Why isn't anyone explaining that in order for you to be one of the faces of boxing, you have to be willing to fight outside your backyard? I don't see that happening. Like you had Bam Rodriguez come over there and help you out. You know what I'm saying? Bam Rodriguez, pound for pound fighter. He has the FICO. He has the entertainment value. Brian Norman Jr., they have the entertainment value. They going overseas, man. Going overseas. Let's see. One thing about this upcoming, we're gonna get to his upcoming fight with Lima Beans. But when you look at Jaron Ennis and how people say that Brian Norman is not sold out anything in his backyard down here in Georgia, we look at how many fights that Ennis has had in Philly and close to Philly. And that tells me that he's comfortable with staying close to where he's able to be comfortable staying close to his backyard. Now, I'm gonna be strict on this, very, very stern, and tell you that Philly fans, in my opinion, deserves better than this. Philly fans deserve better than this. When you talk about Philly boxing, it deserves better than this. Because I was trying to have a decent conversation with people, and I'm saying, listen, you all are hyping Bruce Ennis up and talking about he should make his money in Philly. But I'm saying if you're gonna make your money in the backyard, when you're trying to build up the backyard, Philly boxing, you're trying to build it up. Why don't you bring them the type of competition that piques their interest to go sit in a seat and watch you fight? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Give them somebody to rant and rave and get on the phone and talk to. Hey, man, Bruce got that Philly fight. You know what they saying over in Philly, there, Ennis? They like Lima bean. Yeah, I don't like no Lima bean. How old is he? 32. Damn. Bruce he ain't number 28. Huh? You talking about young and 4 years older than this? Okay. How does that build the boxing footprint in Philly? I don't think this guy Lima Beans. You ask anybody off the street if they were to say, "Hey, if you had to pick a side, a veggie, okay, to go with your favorite entree," I'm talking about it don't matter what it is, man. Whatever the meat is, it can be Parmesan chicken. You know what I'm saying? It can be fresh oxtails, meatloaf, smothered turkey wings, baked chicken, fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? It can be goddamn beef stew for all that matters. But if you ask anybody off the street, 1 through 5, how would you say that you would select some lima beans as your veggie of choice? It was like, "Lima beans? Hell no. That shit'll fuck up my whole goddamn meal." You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna pick lima beans, yo. This guy is a fighter from Portugal, okay? I know how the US fans love supporting these fighters from different countries. I get it, man. Y'all some disloyal individuals. I get it. But he's fighting Lima, you know what I'm saying, from Angola, the nationality Angola, from Portugal. And, he started boxing late. I think Boots, made his pro debut back in 2016, didn't he? Something like that. This guy made his pro debut back in 2019, and he's fought for 2 vacant titles. One was the WBC, no, 3, I think. One, was the WBC International vacant. The other one was the IBF Intercontinental, and then he finally fought for the IBO, um, World Super Welter vacant. So now he's currently the IBO World Super Welterweight Super Welterweight World Champion. People don't want me to add world to it, but that's what he is. But when it's Jerron Ennis moving up to face a guy like this, how does it sit with you, the boxing fans? You gonna give him credit just because you're saying now he's gonna be considered a 2 division champion? I can't really be mad at him getting the IBO championship. The path of least resistance. He's shown us that when it comes to the tough things, he's not trying to put them on his itinerary. He's gonna get around to them whenever he get around to it. Jerron Ennis, in my opinion, is busy layering or being a mason, practicing his brick and mortar, building up his resume. He's already 34-0. My biggest concern is if you're gonna build up your resume, where are the names that's gonna really solidify your foundation, buddy? That's all I'm saying. This guy Lima don't do it. I mean, are we in for a shocker because he has 5 stars? Come on, bro. Dude has 71.43% KO ratio. I don't think anybody in the chat is really batting an eye, comparable to Jerron Ennis, 88.24% KO ratio. His height 5'10", 74-inch reach, and they don't even have no information for Lima. They say, let us remove this because we need to sell this fight in Philly now. It's going to be at the Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So this what I'm trying to tell you all is nobody that's gonna select lima beans as their vegetable of choice. Even at a buffet, you can be at Golden Corral, you can be at Cracker Barrel, and they have lima beans out there. I'm talking about freshly cooked. Oh my God, they have a slight sprinkle of pepper on top, and it'd be next to the green beans, collard greens, broccoli, squash, even okra. Let's throw some okra in there. You know what I'm saying? It can be up there in the company, abreast, in ranks with those veggies, and they're not gonna pick no goddamn lima beans. They're not gonna pick no lima beans. Just like this fight, who's gonna show up? And this is the main event. It don't matter if it's an IBO title or not, bro. Who's gonna show up in Philly? Philly don't deserve a fight of this magnitude. I'm talking about the magnitude of 1 wattage, 1 voltage. That's all I'm saying, people. I don't see. Let me remove this right quick. Let me remove this and let's go into our reading. Because reading is supposed to be fundamental. But I want to read you this boxing scene article. Okay. It says Jerron Ennis heading back to Philly to fight Uisma Lima in junior middleweight debut. Okay. This is his debut. That's Jerron Ennis right there. Okay. Listen to the words. It says former unified welterweight champion Jerron Ennis has announced that he will make his 154-pound debut on October 11 against Lima, a.k.a. Beans. Ennis has not boxed since his dazzling victory over Santionis in Atlantic City in April. There, Ennis added the WBA belt to the IBF crown he already owned. In June, Ennis confirmed an imminent move to junior welterweight. Now, that's minus of all the ducking that was going on. Lima, a 32-year-old based in Porto, Portugal, is 14-1, 10 knockouts. Born in Angola, his only loss came to talented Irishman Aaron McKenna on points over 10 rounds in June 2023. Y'all remember Aaron McKenna, right? The one that fought Liam Smith recently and just up there pity patting and went the distance. Man, anyway, Lima has won 4 in a row since, with his last 2 wins coming against Koopman, who was 15-0, and Bati, who was 19-0. Some undefeated fighters, y'all, who we don't know who they are. We don't know who they fought to get those undefeated records. But looking at boots, we can pretty much assure ourselves that it pretty much came from the same format or template. It goes on to say Ennis, 34-0, 30 knockouts, and Southpaw Lima will meet at the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, home of 2 of Ennis's last 3 bouts. It marks the Philadelphia's first fight since signing long-term promotional extension with Matchroom. They can say what they want. It don't make me a difference, said Ennis in the press conference from Matchroom. These dudes can't tie my shoes. I'm the best in the world, and they know it. I want all the big names and belts. The tour continues. See, this is where I have an interpretation translation issue. Not because I'm deficient in knowing that English is my first, second, and maybe third. Well, you include Japanese and a little Tagalog, and stuff like that. But I can be multilingual. Anyway, I have a hard time trying to decipher what he really means because I remember this same guy Ennis saying something to the effect of, "We get the belts, it's over. Step on him. I'm gonna step on him." And I had to ask myself, what does he mean by stepping on him? What does he mean? What do you mean per se? Stepping on somebody? because we just haven't seen you step on somebody. We haven't seen it, bro. We didn't see you step on Karen for 2 fights. We didn't see you step on Avanesian. He was cracking you in the egg basket, right? But we seen you sort of kinda step on Stanionis. You didn't step on nobody for the IBF title because that was via "You have mail." Ding! You have mail. So we're looking at this phrase, this little, quote right here, y'all. When he said, "These dudes can't tie my shoes." Of course they can't tie your shoes. What dudes are you talking about? You're not heading into these fights, Ennis, in a 50-50 divide division. You're not heading into these fights where they're saying your opponent has a 50% chance, they unsure. No, you're heading into this Lima fight with 100% chance of beating this dude. I don't give Lima 0.1% chance of beating Jaron Ennis. I don't. I don't. I don't give him no chance. Now, granted, path of least resistance. It's not all for naught. The IBF championship is on the line. You know how they so-called criticize fighters for being WBA Reggie belt holders? Let's see how they're gonna criticize Ron Ennis for being an IBO super welterweight champion. Even though a lot of people don't give IBO credit, it is a legitimate belt. It just so happened in order for it to be, brought into this modern day era to have some type of visual for people to pay attention to the IBO, that's the only plus and only positive sign I can give Ennis. He's taking a tune-up, a super tune-up. I'm talking about plugging the tire tune-up. God damn. Just change the oil for no reason. It haven't even been 800 miles yet. I'm talking about you got a 2025 and you up here talking about, I know I only got 10 miles on it, but can you go ahead and rotate the tires? I rode down the street to the goddamn, Sprouts, and I feel like the road was a little rough. I don't know if I really wore my tires down, but can you change and to rotate the tires, please? Yeah, and flush it. Flush the transmission, please. I mean, come on, bro. The IBO championship's about to get some eyeballs put on it. But once again, Ennis is stepping in there with a fighter who doesn't have a chance to do anything. Moving on, yo. Lima, who was among a list of names that included Josh Kelly. Hold on for a minute, y'all. I'm back, y'all. Let's say Lima, who was among a list of names that included Josh Kelly for consideration for Ennis' first 154-pound opponent, said, "I'm very excited to be taking on the biggest challenge of my life against a legit world level fighter in Ennis. I believe in myself. I want to thank my team for everything they have done. And on October 11th, we will be coming to war. We, we will be coming to war. Please don't take me lightly, lose as I'm coming to win." Okay. Lima said he's coming to win, y'all. It's just like I'm having a, cook off. And hey, meat and everything is just herb. Dessert is just simple thing. Forget what did it for you. Why you got goddamn 29th place is because you served lima beans on that mother. Anyway, promoter Eddie Hearns is excited to see Ennis at the new weight. Let's see what Eddie Hearns had to say because we all know he enjoys exacerbating freaking compliments. But that's his fighter though. That's what he's supposed to do. He's the best in the game. Eddie is the best in the game with providing helium to his fighter's status. I mean, he will have you floating, levitating. That's what he does. He said, "I cannot wait to see Boots at 154," said Hearn. Jerron was outstanding in what turned out to be his last fight at 147. But after listening to his body, shh, 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 I hear my body talking. But after listening to his body, I gotta whisper, it's time to start the journey to two-way glory. And I cannot wait to see what sort of animal this man will be at the new weight. His body started talking to him, y'all. This is the guy who said he made the weight easily, but his body. When your body start talking to you, yo, hey man, yo, I'm talking to you. Yeah, hey man, maybe we can cut weight a little bit easier if you ain't going in the kitchen and goddamn eating at home all the time. Goddamn it, go out on the road, get some spar, man. Get out of Philly, yo. Going down to the bodega, sending your people down to the bodega, get you a Philly cheesesteak. Goddamn it, that's why you having problems. But hey, you said you was making weight easy, man. I just wanted to talk to you about that. Don't lie on my name, man. Don't say now it's my fault that you want to move up to this division. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. Don't be out here goddamn, lying on my name, man. If we want to get down to 147, we can get down to 147, bro. We had this conversation before. But you be up here bullshit, man. You want to hang out in Philly, Philly, Philly. And now all of a sudden, you say move up to 154. Okay, that's less rigors on me. But who this nigga they talking about lima beans, man? Dude, I thought we had an understanding that we was gonna communicate. I don't want no lima beans, period. His body was having a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I don't want no goddamn lima." Bro, how is that supposed to catapult you into superstardom? Lima beans, all because he said, "I hope you're not taking me for granted. I'm going to war." If he dies, he cries. It says Ennis added on his social media account October 11th. I'm back in the city at Wells Fargo Center, y'all. 154, I'm here. New weight, same goals. Tour continues. I can't wait. 35-0, 31 knockouts coming soon. After this entire package, this is what's standing out to me. That right there, I agree, Ennis. I agree to that. 35-0, 31 knockouts is coming soon. I agree. Check the box, highlighted, parentheses, all underscore, goddamn, all that. Add it up. He's gonna be 35-0, 31 knockouts. If Lima goes a distance with an Ennis, once again, if Lima goes the distance with an Ennis, I really don't know what his people supposed to do, man. I don't think he's going the distance with Lima, but if by chance he goes the distance in a championship fight, 12 rounds with this guy Lima, it's gonna be a little bit shaky, yo. It's gonna be a little shaky. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be a little shaky with me. Trying to goddamn do some credit repair on Boost Ennis. FICO is already at like 4. Last time I checked, FICO is like at 420, 423 because of the level of competition, the ducking. All them hard inquiries on his dang boxing FICO, his shit dropped. Just when I was trying to raise him up off the stand. No, can't fight him. Nope. Uh-uh. Too good. Too high up in the rankings. No. I need somebody that has a strap nobody gives a damn about. I wanna fight him. Ennis has 150% chance of going in this fight and winning, and I give Lima 0%. Jerron has 999% chance of beating Lima, and I give Lima 0% of winning. I don't care about no puncher's chance, but if you are giving Lima puncher's chance, that's because you don't have faith in Jerron Ennis himself. And I might add this. He said, "New weight, same goals." To be honest, I don't even know what Jerron Ennis's goals is anymore, y'all. I don't know what his goals. Can somebody explain to me what his goals are? I don't know what the hell Jerron Ennis's goals are. This man said he was gonna be 4 division on his huh? Scooby? Scooby-Doo. I don't know where he get this information from. Is it a teleprompter? I wanna hit YSM Sports. Hey, YSM, do you have a teleprompter when you're doing these interviews? No knock on shout out to Jamil, man. Cool people. Real talk. One of the best in the game. But I just gotta ask him, does he have a teleprompter up there when he giving Jerron in his interviews? I need to know that, bro. Is he reading shit that you typed? Hey, it's gonna look better. Just say you want to be for the video. He said on MMA Hour, Ariel Hawani, he said he gonna be 4 division, undisputed. And then the very first division where you are touted to take over the division. You was saying that your title is king of the welterweight division before it got shut down by the Normans. You get 2 belts, and all of a sudden your body is talking to you. You're lying on your body saying you can't make the weight no more. That is just so disappointing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so disappointing, bro. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease in the building. What it do, Gumbo? Jay in the building. What's good? Butter beans better than lima beans. Hey man. Oh my God, man. That's not that's another one right there. Succotash Ennis. Oh my God. How many of you all, when you get together, let's just say during one of our traditional holidays where we sit down and break bread. How many of you all request that the host cook a huge batch of succotash? Come on, how many of you all are looking forward to eat succotash with lima beans in it? You're not doing that. You know damn well you are not requesting succotash, bro. You're not requesting lima beans. I don't care how the butter is glazing it up. Oh my God. And hey man, we can talk about Big Turk money, but even with Big Turk money, the opposition is still looking funny. You understand me, AB? Shout out to AB in the building. It's still looking funny. The opposition is still looking funny. My expectations from long distance, of course, from afar. I know it may not register as important for Jerron Ennis, but goddamn it, people have called you, consider you to be a better version of the older Terrence Bud Crawford, right? But you have no way, shape, or form, Ennis, shown us that you are indeed worthy of that title. You have not shown us. And with that said, shout out to everybody Shout out to Hottest Chat in the MFA game. Salute you. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Until next time, I'm out.